Hello and welcome to this episode of Kennedy Saves the World. We just have to show Jimmy right away because the two of us look like we are in a pastel catalog for special needs shoppers.
Yeah, I was gonna say a special needs pride display at Target. I don't know what you'd call all this pink. It's clearly not planned. And the onus is on me as the guy to not be here in a pink denim jacket. Let's be clear. You're well within your rights.
I saw you talking to Curtis Sliwa today on your radio show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like a lot of momentum has shifted since the last time we talked about the New York City mayoral race. Mm-hmm. And now it's becoming a national issue because the president is about to get involved and hand the whole thing over to Handsy Andy.
That's what I don't like. You know what Kurt Flirt just told me? He says Trump hasn't called him yet. He says he has not been offered anything and that only Adams got a call. He swears it's true.
Okay.
I don't know that.
How does he know that Adams got a call?
Well, Adams said.
Reported?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
He spoke and he's like, while I'm always willing to listen, you know, my priority is New York.
Okay, but he's going to have nothing when he loses the race.
Oh, yeah. He
will have absolutely nothing.
No,
no goodwill, no political future, nothing.
I think everyone involved is just holding out for a better deal. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Smart.
You're supposed to go, I'll never leave.
Yeah.
And then they call back like, how about now?
Yeah.
Do you know the old and the naked gun where the guy hands him a 20? He goes, why should I tell you? Maybe this will help. And he gives back the money. What do you want to know?
Yeah. Who's asking?
Who's asking? Can you spot me at 20? So I think there's an ongoing negotiation.
Yeah.
I think they have to get out. What I hate about this, I actually hate about this. I'm at odds with the president on this one. Okay, there's a lot for him to deal with. So, Mr. President, I hope you're sitting down.
Well, he consumes every episode of Kennedy Saves the World.
We know that's the reason the world keeps surviving.
Exactly right.
It's clearly.
It would have cratered by now, Joe.
Yeah, this show should be called You're Welcome, but we'd get sued by our buddy Michael Malice for his thing. But stick with me here. Okay, the Trump man, I think we're all in alignment on the fact that we don't want a socialist running New York. But I think by putting his public fingerprints on this race, it allows Mamdani to run against Trump.
Yeah.
Which is what a lot of local politicians do here. That's how we got Letitia James and Alvin Bragg.
It's a gift.
They didn't run against anybody. They ran against Trump.
No.
They had nothing to do with him.
The day the National Guard descended on Los Angeles, Gavin Newsom was just wiping tears of joy from his face.
So excited.
Jumping up and down like he was on a pogo stick because it is such a political gift. And it's like, I know that Trump loves New York City. I know that he doesn't want the city to fall into socialist despair. But to your point, it's also a bad look.
Yep.
It's funny, though, because never have I ever, in the 33 years that I have been in and around New York, either living here, working here, visiting, whatever, I've never heard so many conservatives talk about Curtis Sliwa.
Yes, that's the thing. So he is super relevant right now. What's also interesting, though, and this is what I think
Does he smell like cat pee? Because he allegedly has like dozens of cats in his one-bedroom apartment.
You know, he does say he wants feral cats to solve the city's rat problem.
I love non-traditional thinking. The rat czar hasn't done the trick.
Hasn't gotten the job done.
The rats are hornier than ever.
These are horny rats.
But he's like, they just need a little bit of Tupperware, maybe a place to stay.
I don't know the answer to this question. He smelled fine in the studio.
Oh, great. Good. Yeah.
No, I am used to being
Stick
around.
with the little red hat, though.
I am used to being around radio people and podcasters, though. So what do I know? I just spent half the time missing my taxi. If I go freshen it up, I'm kidding. But this is the problem, though. Because we got to this place where politics really are, it's such a lazy, like, team sport now. For a lot of people, it is like their Yankee-Red Sox rivalry. Like, they don't care as long as the other team loses. So they'll vote for Mamdani, no matter what that means to the city or its tax base. I don't know if you saw his clip, right? He's getting interviewed by Al Sharpton, which, you know, I guess you have to agree to certain things to get that interview. You have to shoot up the Ozempic for the Reverend. You know, it's not easy to get it in there. And anyway.
He's got a little overhang. He's still got loose skin because he's an FFP, former fat person.
Al Sharpton and Al Roker are proof that it's possible to lose too much weight.
Yes.
The people who lose their soul in their face because they Ozempic'd away the joy, that's just a cautionary tale. That's one of the many reasons I'm clearly not on it, but stick with me. Okay, he was telling Sharpton, because Sharpton, to his credit, said, what are you going to say to the upper 1% of income earners who pay half of the taxes in this city, who don't want to pay more? And he's like, well, I would explain to them that it's actually better for their quality of life if they do so.
No, it's not.
And in no world is it better.
So if you've got more recidivist criminals on the streets, reoffending over and over and over again, if you have more open air prostitution, because they're not doing anything they're not creating systems to legalize drugs and legalize prostitutions, which keeps it out of full view, which is the argument for legalization in the first place. It's like when you walk down 33rd Street by Penn Station, it's a shooting gallery. Like there are people who are either passed out or they're actively shooting each other up. Like I've seen it so many times, and it's disconcerting. And I'm a legalization person, but this is decriminalization. And all we're going to get is more decriminalization. So you see the people like the corpulent, thirsty hookers on Roosevelt Avenue, and it's like that's not going to be confined to Roosevelt Avenue. That'll be everywhere because Mamdani is like, well, it's a very honorable profession. It's like that might be, but you don't have a system to make it honorable. Yeah, it's broken. Like it's like a misguided empathy, and it's another thing people don't talk about is when, like, I can tell you this as a cab driver. When you're in those neighborhoods where they have hookers, it's so bad for local businesses because people don't want to frequent them. No, it's bad for kids who have to go back. You don't want to be seen there if you're a legitimate person who's just looking for a hoagie. Yeah. Now imagine you're me and you're driving through with your wife and kid at night and everybody's like, Jimmy! You know what I mean? You're like, come on. I told you, it's Brad. It's Brad. Who's this Jimmy guy? You guys don't know me as Jimmy. You want the usual Brad? Hey, a Steamboat Willie. Huh? How about it? Okay. Digging for diamonds? Are we ever? So, listen, I am rooting against Mamdani, as is everybody else. Yeah. But doesn't this also read like a rope-a-dope in the sense that it's like the Democrats have nominated this one, like, utter extremist? Yeah. And we're going to stop him by guaranteeing the Democrats the mayor's residence either way by throwing Cuomo in there. It almost looks like we got rope-a-doped. Yeah. Because, like, if you think about it, the highest profile Democrats have not endorsed him.
Don't go anywhere. More Kennedy Saves the World right after this.
Okay, so let's say everyone gets out of the race. Yeah. Okay, let's say everyone's out. I know Bill Ackman had given a bunch of money to Adams' campaign. He's like, nah, he's not going to win. He's actually sinking in the polls. He's like a distant fourth. I'm going to go ahead and shift to Cuomo. What if Cuomo, and it's only Cuomo and Mamdani, what if Cuomo loses again?
And he probably still will.
I would rather, I know this is like, you can't violate the orthodoxy, but I still would rather see Adams than Cuomo.
Oh, all day. That's why I think if they were going to make this move, they should really just be throwing their money behind a candidate. Yeah. But I don't think they can rehabilitate Adams because what happened, as you know...
I mean, he's flawed. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is the worst case scenario.
I know. We're in a mess here. Is Adams, as you know, was kind of pro-sanctuary city and standing up to Trump, if you remember. And then as the city started to get a little strained by the imported population, he started to call attention to the border problem. And the next thing you know, the feds were kicking down his door and being like, you got business class airfare to wear? Yeah. And we still don't know how legit or illegitimate it was, but Trump kind of bailed him out on that. But the fact that he went from being... for more or less like a Muriel Bowser, like I'll oppose anything Trump does, or a Karen Bass, I'll oppose anything Trump does.
And then all of a sudden, like, this is really working.
Yeah.
But I love that we have no carjacking.
Yeah, but at that point, that alienated him in the eyes of every Democrat. Yeah. And so now he's out in his own wilderness. So I don't think Sliwa can win. I don't know what he thinks, but he swears that he's not dropping out, Trump hasn't called him, and that Trump isn't calling him because he knows he can't be bought. But that would sound like a good place to start a negotiation, wouldn't it?
No. You know? And I'm sure he means well. And he's been running for mayor for so long. Yeah. He's got some decent platitudes.
So maybe that's what you do if you're Trump.
Like Lyndon LaRouche.
You know, you have to make get these people an off-ramp. Maybe Trump Sliwa in charge of the New York, and Vegas. He goes to that casino, hangs out.
You can be the mayor of New York.
Yeah. How about it? Regulates
There's the Statue of Liberty there.
Keeps an eye. There's hookers. All the New York things are there. The taxis, feral cats are definitely there. Yeah. Let's go, Sliwa. I think I just solved the problem.
Why aren't you mayor?
I would actually love to run for mayor at one point. I would as a city, because I probably, and this is unfortunate, but when you're a cab driver.
Cops love you.
They do. Do they ever? Except the guy who pulled me over on the way to your house. I don't know if you know that story, but I'll tell you really quick. He was friendly enough. But when you are a cab driver in a big city, you get to see the city from an angle that a proctologist sees a patient from. I'm not prescribing this view for everybody, but you know it in a way no one else intimately does.
It's its own category.
And you could help it in that way. But I was going up to your house one night after we were at a party right up the block here. We were at the Hilton Hotel. Lincoln was there. Do you remember we were coming to see you in a monsoon that night?
Yes. Yeah, and Lincoln was like soaked.
We were so like, you know, at the end of the Goonies when they're on the shore and they're putting towels around, like we were that kind of soaked, right? But anyway, we were on our way up to your house and a cop pulled me over on 57th Street who claimed I was using my phone and driving. And I will have you know, I was able to prove that I was not.
How?
Because I stopped you, sent a text message. I'm like, dude, I would never insult you. My brothers are on the job. Here is my phone. I'm like, it is physically impossible for me to have deleted anything. You can even see the open and closed on my apps. Do you know what I really was doing, though? This is not a lie, okay?
Shaving with like a rectangular shaver?
No, I was trying... I had gotten in the car, was trying to airdrop something to Lincoln, so I was shaking my phone while I was driving. I wasn't looking at it. I was just trying to get an airdrop to go through.
Oh.
And that is true, but you couldn't deduce that because it's not timed.
Does shaking your phone aid in an airdrop? Or is that just like a boomer thing that you do? Like,
it's like blowing on the cartridge as a Nintendo guy. You know,
it'll send the
anyone who's played a Nintendo, you understand? I grew up in the era of... when something wasn't working.
I still do that with my AirPods in the AirPod case. If one's not working, I pull it and go,
exactly.
Oh, that'll do it.
Exactly. But I couldn't do that to it because that would have looked like I had one of those sobriety devices.
Oh, yeah.
You can't be blowing in the phone while you drive. You got this guy. This guy's had a few.
How much have you had to drink?
Yeah. So
-5. I'm hoping to remedy that at my next stop.
Now, if I do run, I'll need you to destroy this tape. We can negotiate off the air.
Okay. Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to the K train. It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. Very big deal. Like Social Security big deal.
Did you go shopping for your birthday really quick? I know you're supposed to wrap this show up at some point, but did you shop? Yeah, you did.
Every year
me
on my
from
birthday.
me. Isn't it the best thing to do?
Yes.
Shop for yourself.
Yes.
Can we just PSA really quick?
Yes.
Because I know people want to shop and get you stuff. But the truth is, you can save them a lot of aggravation, and more importantly for people our age who know what we want and stuff, is no one knows what to get you.
No.
So if you tell people you like something, you get 500 of them anyway.
Yeah.
I've told you this. I asked for one cigar one year from Jenny's uncle, and now I have black lung. Because everybody's like, oh, like cigars? We'll get cigars. Everybody gets cigars. I know I own a tobacco field in Nicaragua now. I got to go down there and check it out sometime. So it's better that you shop for yourself. It's more efficient, more rewarding.
I saw 2 things that I like, and I bought them, and I'm happy.
Wow.
It's been a great day.
Wow. I didn't realize both of those Mexican guys were from today. Good
That's
for
right.
you.
Juan Carlos, Jose.
I'm going to get out of here. Let's bring him in.
Get in here.
Happy birthday.
It's horrible. It's actually wonderful. This has been Kennedy Saves the World, along with Jimmy Failla. I'm Kennedy.
Listen ad-free with the Fox News Podcast Plus subscription on Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Prime members can listen to this show ad-free on the Amazon Music app.
Oh, go ahead and leave me a review while you're there. I'd love to hear what you have to say. You've been listening to Kennedy Saves the World on the Fox News Podcast Network.